The number of people were asked to choose which of the four brands of ice cream they liked the most. The brands were labelled A, B, C and D respectively, and we've got that Dimitar has begun to show the results using a pie chart. So we've got A and B labelled on there. And it says then he knows that 10 people chose brand A and 3 people or 30 people chose brand C. Okay, how many people chose brand D? Well, what's good is we know that represents 10 people, yeah? So 10 people chose brand A, right? So 10 people essentially are represented by 60 degrees. If that makes sense. Okay, because of what we've got there, that angle then, 10 people chose it. And if that's the case, right, I can then, for instance, work out what 5 people are worth in that circle, in that pie chart. Because if 10 people are worth 60 degrees, of course then 5 people will be worth 30 degrees. Yeah, half of it, half the angle. And what's good then, I can work out how many chose brand B, because remember with that there, that's 90 degrees, isn't it? Okay, so if you think about it then, if I added these two together, if I added those two angles together, because I just worked out what 30 degrees would be, add them together, I get 90 degrees, don't I? So that means 15 people, okay, are represented by 90 degrees. So we've got now brand A, we know that's 10 people. Brand B, we know that's 30 people. Or 15 people rather, yeah, for 90 degrees. Brand C, 30 people chose brand C. Well, let's think about how many degrees this would be then. Because brand C would be 30 people, but if you think about it, 30 people is double brand B, isn't it? Brand B is 15 people. So if you've got 30 people in brand C, that's going to be double brand C. So if we're doubling that representation on the pie chart, that means we've got to double the angle. So brand C will actually be, instead of it being 90 degrees, brand C will actually be 180 degrees. Yeah? So if we know brand C is 180 degrees, we can then work out how many degrees are left over, if you think about it, for brand D. So let's look at what we've got so far. And you could even draw it on you, couldn't you? You know? It's quite easy to draw 180 degrees because it's a straight line. Yeah? So you can see, look, that's going to be brand C here. 180 degrees in effect. Because brand C has got double the amount of people that brand B have got in. Yeah? So how many degrees have we got left? Well, if we add what we know here, if we do that, we've got 90 plus 60 plus 180. If I do that, I'm checking my calculator this time because I don't make mistakes. So I don't make a mistake on this. This is important. And it comes to 330 degrees. So let's see what's left then. What's going to be left here? Well, of course, because there's 360 degrees in a circle, if I take that away, I'm left with 30 degrees. Okay, so brand D will be 30 degrees. Okay, and we've already established up there what 30 degrees is, haven't we? 30 degrees is 5 people. Yeah, 30 degrees is like half of A, isn't it? Yeah, and remember A was 10 people. So brand D, okay, are chosen by, or is chosen by 5 people in total. Okay, it's represented by 5 people here.